Hi, another recipe for Bordo's kitchen. I've done I think 23 so far. I aim to do 30, and I'll tell you after that what I plan to do, but that's for later on. Today, and what I've tried to do is each recipe to be different. I'm not repeating anything. So today I'm going to make a prawn dish, which I've not done so far. Right? Now coming from India, when you say prawn dish, it's best done down south, Kerala, Tamil Nadu. It's a coastal part of India. So the dish that I'm making today is kind of a, you could call it Kerala, a state in India, down south, tip of India. But I will generalize it and call it South Indian style of a prawn dish that I'm making, right? And so let me take you through the ingredients. Yeah. So I've got coconut. I'm going to make a coconut paste. Right, I want to do everything from start, so I don't want to buy the ready-made coconut paste that you get in the market. So here's coconut, a bowl of coconut cut into sizes, which I'm going to grate. I'm going to add to that, I'm going to add red chilli, turmeric, and coriander powder. So that will become the paste. So I'm going to just show you here. I'm going to put this all in there, and I'm going to put a teaspoon of red. This is the Kashmiri red chili, so it kind of gives color as well as not very hot like normal chili. Then I'm going to add a teaspoon of tea and a half of turmeric and a teaspoon of coriander powder. So that will become the paste, which I'm going to make it. So just to show you the paste that will happen. Now we go, and I'll do that offline. Now for the ingredients for tempering, I've got ginger garlic paste, which I make at home fresh. I've got about 2 sprigs of curry leaf, about 55 of those, or 2 sprigs. I've got, for tempering purposes, I've got black mustard seeds, 3 chillies, tomato, kind of a 1 tomato slice small. I've got about 7 shallots thinly sliced, and of course the main ingredient is about 500 grams of prawn, which has been deshelled and deveined. It's about 500 grams. It's kind of large prawns, as you can see. So that's the ingredient. So I'll come back, and it's a very easy dish to cook. Wonderful flavor. Sorry, one more ingredient I forgot is tamarind. So this is tamarind, de-seeded tamarind. And I'm just going to add hot water to it and let it sit, and I'm going to use that for cooking later. Right? So all the ingredients are there, and let me come back and show you the cooking process. Hi, back again. So I've got my paste done. Right? This is the coconut paste which I was mentioning. So it's got into a paste. And by the way, I just wanted to show you, it's a beautiful night skyline in Hong Kong today, this is a view from my balcony at the kitchen. And you can see the whole of Hong Kong skyline, and yeah, it's a beautiful evening here. It's about 7ish. So let's get back to cooking. So I've lit my gas, and as it's a South Indian dish, as usual, we'll use coconut oil as a cooking medium. So I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and I want that coconut oil to be heated a little bit. Well, the coconut oil is well heated now, so I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of black mustard seeds, and I'm going to let that, as it's crackling, I'm going to add the 3 slit green onions. The green chilies, and that's not really the crackling of the. Now, yeah, that's the crackling because there's some water in the chili. At this stage, I'm going to add the ginger garlic paste. It's a very quick and easy dish to make, by the way, and that's the whole idea of Bordo's kitchen. Everything in 20 minutes, right? So I'm going to just stir it up a little bit, let the ginger and garlic cook so that it doesn't have a smell. At this stage, I'm going to add the shallots. And what I'm going to I'm going to fry the shallots for a little while The shallots now kind of translucent. At this stage, I'm going to add the tomato and the curry leaves, right? I'm going to just fry them a bit. You see this, the shallots you can put less if you don't want, but what the shallot does, it makes the gravy thick. Because this has to be a thick gravy, right? And the more shallots you put, it basically adds to the flavor. Well, now this is cooked well. Now I'm going to add the coconut paste. Yeah. And at this stage, I'm going to add salt. And I'll do the final salt test as usual later. So I'm going to add at this stage some salt, but the final salt test later. The salt goes in, and I'm going to just cook this gravy. This will become a gravy, but first I have to cook the coconut paste so that it kind of, the turmeric, etc., they don't have that smell if it's not properly cooked. So I'm going to cook this for a while. Now this is cooked for about 5 minutes. What I'm going to do is at this stage I'm going to add the tamarind, about half a bowl of this. That gives that tanginess to the dish. And I'm going to add hot water. Add a little bit more tamarind. Add hot water. A little bit more hot water. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to set my timer for 10 minutes or 9 minutes, and I'm going to slow cook this for 9 minutes, right? I'm going to cover it up and slow cook it for 9 minutes. Switch on my and then now when do I add the prawns, right? I'm going to add the prawns once this is cooked, because you do not want to overcook the prawn. The prawn maximum 5 minutes on that curry, covered and slow cook. Because if you cook it too much, then this becomes very fibrous and hard, right? So that's the tricky bit, because if you don't do it well, your prawn can go completely haywire in terms of becoming very rough and fibrous. So I'm gonna let that cook for 10 minutes, come back, put the prawn, cover it up, 5 minutes, dish is done. Yeah, cheers. Well, there you go. This has now been cooking for about 9 minutes, so it's well done. So I'm gonna just take the lid off, put the flame in slow. And at this stage, I'm going to add the prawns, right? Now, this is a very thick gravy. If you want it to be a thinner one, you can add less of the coconut paste, right? So I like it thick, so that's why I'm making it thick. And traditionally, it's a thick curry. So I'm going to just stir this in. And remember, the prawn shouldn't cook more than 5 or 8 minutes. So I'm going to just stir it and then cover it up for 5 minutes. And it is more or less done. So that's it. We're going to cover this up for 5 minutes, and your South Indian style coconut based prawn curry all good to go and have a good dish. So that was my, I think, 24th dish. It's prawn, and I'm just trying to wonder what the next 6 dishes are going to be, because I want to keep it different, each one of them. So we'll come back, and I'll think about what the next dish will be, and I'll put it on Bordo's Kitchen. Make it, eat it, and enjoy it. Thank you.